Thank you for tuning in to Seniorly Presents Curtain Up. I'm your host today, Emma, and as many of you know, Curtain Up is a show created by Seniorly for seniors in communities nationwide and in their homes. Seniorly is the fastest growing senior living marketplace in the US, so if you have an aging loved one in your life, make sure to check out our website, seniorly.com. Before we get started, I do want to let you know about an exciting show that Seniorly is presenting called the Sunshine Concert Series, which was created by and it will be hosted by Tony Award winner Laura Benanti. She was on our show a little bit ago, and we are really proud to be a part of this first streaming intergenerational show. It will feature amazing performances by young singers from across the country, plus interviews with residents at senior living communities who will be watching and engaging live. We're presenting this in a partnership with K4 Connect, Prompt and Dieter Mediation. Join us live on Saturday, May 2nd at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific, and you can go to this website, sunshinesongs.com. And if you can't make it, don't worry, because you'll be able to watch all of the performances anytime after the live broadcast. So we can't wait to see you there on Saturday. And now for today's Curtain Up, we have an amazing lineup. From the national tour of Miss Saigon, Staci Bono, we have internet sensation Old Man Steve, actress and singer Patricia Noonan, and Come From a Ways Emily Walton. Mary Katherine Bowen is here from Brookdale, Green Hills, Cumberland. And Megan Heinen from Home Care Assistance is here to share some tips on nutrition and balanced care. But first, I'm so excited to introduce an amazing actress and singer. She plays Angelica Schuyler in the And Peggy Company of Hamilton. Welcome, Marja Harmon. Hi. Where are you calling in from today?
I'm calling in from San Francisco.
That's where I live too. It's a lovely city. I'm so happy that you're here.
I'm trying to.
Although we can't enjoy the outdoors as usual, but it's a lovely place to live. So you're going to be singing a couple of songs for us, so I'll just let you go ahead.
Okay, great. I met a man without a dollar to his name, who had no traits of any value but a smile. I met a man who had no yearning claim to fame, who was content to let life pass him for a while. And I was sure that all I ever wanted was a life like the movie stars led. But he kissed me right here and he said, I'll give you stars and the moon and a soul to guide you, and a promise I'll never go. I'll give you hope to bring out all the life inside you, and a strength that will help you grow. I'll give you truth and a future that's 20 times better than any Hollywood plot. And I thought, I'd rather have a yacht. I met a man who lived his life out on the road, who left a wife and kids in Portland on a whim. I met a man whose fire and passion always showed, who asked if I could spare a week to ride with him. And I was sure that all I ever wanted was a life that was scripted and planned. And he said, but you don't understand. I'll give you stars and the moon and an open highway and a river beneath your feet. I'll give you a day full of dreams if you travel my way, and a summer you can't repeat. I'll give you nights full of passion and days of adventure, no strings, just one summer rain. And I thought, I'd rather have of champagne. I met a man who had a fortune in the bank, who had retired at age 30, set for life. I met a man and didn't know which stars to think, and then he asked one day if I would be his wife. And I looked up, and all I could think of was the life I had dreamt I would live. And I said to him, what will you give? I'll give you cars and a townhouse in Turtle Bay and a fur and a diamond ring. And we'll be married in Spain on my yacht today, and we'll honeymoon in Beijing. And you'll meet stars at the parties I throw at my villas in Nice and Paris in June. And I thought, okay. And I took a breath, and I got my yacht. And the years went by, and it never changed, it never grew, I never dreamed. And I woke one day, and I looked around, and I thought, my God, I'll never have the moon.
That was so good. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us today and for performing today. I do have some questions for you.
Of course.
So you've been on several national tours. What is the hardest part about being on tour, and what's the best part?
I mean, outside of the fact of course, like missing, my apartment in New York and friends and family. Definitely one of the hardest things and trickiest things for a vocalist is like shifting environments, especially like if you have sensitivities to allergies like I do. So, going from a dry climate to a humid climate can be tricky. But also that's one of the best things is that you get to see, the country and other countries. I've been very fortunate to tour most of the US and like including Alaska and China and Taiwan and places I might not have necessarily traveled to on my own.
Wow, what a great answer. And something I would never think about is how the environment affects your voice. But
oh my gosh, yes.
And one of the tours you did, you actually toured the country as Nala in The Lion King, which everybody knows. Nala is such an empowered female character in the show, and she's enjoyed by some of the younger audiences. What was your experience like playing that role?
Nala is, for my generation, because I was not a child when The Princess and the Frog came to be. So Nala for me was like the first Black female princess.
Yeah.
So getting to embody her on stage, and she, like you said, she's such a strong character. She's so courageous and brave. She knows who she is. She stands up for herself. She's a motivator. Getting a chance to do that and be that role model for other young brown girls in the audience was, incredible.
Wow, I love that. And if you could play any other princess, who would you choose?
Oh my God, I always had a thing for Jasmine.
Me too.
I don't know if it was like Raja, but Jasmine, it would be a tie between Jasmine and Ariel because I do have a low-key obsession with mermaids.
I love that. And most recently, as we mentioned, you were on the And Peggy tour of Hamilton, first as a standby and then in the role of Angelica, which is such a great role. What is your favorite thing about being in this company, and what was your favorite thing about being on stage every night?
The And Peggy company is really special. We're the company that started off in Puerto Rico, and we got to perform with Lin-Manuel Miranda, which, is a lifetime event. It was incredible. And I made my debut there as Angelica with him. So I got to perform with him, which was great. I think it was a really cool journey to start off as a standby because I got to explore the show from all three female principal perspectives. Playing Angelica, Eliza, and Peggy Mariah was really powerful. It also gave me such an appreciation for how hardworking the offstage covers are. I mean, we have to keep all those rules in our head. We're not doing it 8 times a week. We have to go on at a moment's notice, sometimes during the show, and just kind of like lock into whoever character you're supposed to be.
Oh my gosh.
It's crazy.
Did you ever find yourself like accidentally wanting to say someone else's lines that you weren't playing that day?
Oh, yeah, not find myself, but it totally happened. Like, I'll switch a harmony in Skylar Sisters, and I'm like, oops, that's Liza.
Yeah.
So now that I've taken over the role of Angelica, my life's a lot simpler. Yes, I'm on the show 8 times a week, so I have that fatigue, but I love it. I definitely missed, as a standby, being on stage nightly, and have been very happy in the onstage company.
That's great. And you've got one more for us today. This one is I Can Do Better Than That. Take it away.
Okay. My best friend had a little situation at the end of our senior year. And like a shot, she and Mitchell got married that summer. Carol Ann getting bigger every minute. What am I doing? Well, Mitchell's out every night being a heavy metal drummer. They got a little cute house on a little cute street with a crucifix on the door. Mitchell got a job at a record store in the mall. Just the typical facts of a typical life in a town on the eastern shore. They thought about what I wanted. It wasn't like that at all. Made Carol Ann a cute baby sweater, thinking I can do better than that. In a year or so, I moved to the city thinking, what have I got to lose? Got a room, got a cat, and got 20 pounds thinner. Met a guy in a class I was taking with some very well-placed tattoos. He wouldn't leave me alone unless I went with him to dinner. And I guess he was cute, and I guess he was sweet, and I guess he was good in bed. I gave up my life for the better part of the year. And I'm starting to think that this maybe might work. And the second it entered my head, he needed to take some time off, focus on his career. He blew me off with a heartfelt letter. I thought I can do better than that. You don't have to get a haircut. You don't have to change your shoes. You don't have to like Duran, just love me. You don't have to put the seat down. You don't have to watch the news. You don't have to learn to tango. You don't have to eat prosciutto. You don't have to change a thing to stay with me. I want you and nothing but you. Miles and piles of you. Finally, I'll have something worthwhile to think of each morning. You and nothing but you. No substitution will do. Nothing but flesh, undiluted and pure. Top of the line. And totally mine. I don't need any lifetime commitments. I don't need ticket hitch tonight. I don't want you to throw up all your walls and defenses. I don't mean to put on any pressure. pressure, but I know when a thing is right. And I spend every day reconfiguring my senses. When we get to my house, take a look at that town. Take a look at how far I've gone. I will never go back, never look back anymore. And it feels like my life led right to your side and will keep me there from now on. Think about what you wanted. Think about it could be. Think about how I love you. Say you'll move in with me. Think of what's great about me and you. Think of the bullshit we've both been through. Think of what's past, because we can do better. We can do better. We can do better than that. We can do better than that.
Oh, that was so wonderful. You're such a great performer. Thank you so much, Marja. It was really great to have you on.
Thank you so much for having me. It was great.
All right. Take care.
Thank you, you too.
Bye.
Bye.
And now let's check in with our new friend, Mary Katherine Bowen at Brookdale Green Hills, Cumberland.
Yes, hi.
Hi, MK. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm doing well. So we heard that you're in an opera chorus. Can you tell us more about that?
I sang in the opera chorus for 15 years. We had a lot of fun. I thought that'd be a good way to study opera, was to be on that stage.
Did it work?
It really was. I was in all the major operas that you can name, the grand operas.
Wow.
2 or 3 times. I did Carmen 3 times. I was a cigarette girl in that one.
That's so cool.
It was a very interesting thing, and we would sit down and wait for time to go on, so we had a lot of wait time.
Yeah. And you also were a church soloist at the same
Yes.
church for 40 years?
Yes, same church, 40 years.
Wow.
I had a signature song. I had to sing His Eyes on the Sparrow every time they got me up there, and I wanted to sing, some other things, but I would always do what they liked.
What would you prefer to sing?
Here. His Eyes on the Sparrow. Have you ever heard that song?
No. Can you sing it?
That's a Southern gospel song.
Ah.
And one that they really liked. But they would listen to me sing anything that I sang, because if people like you, they'll do that,
Good tip.
So that got me through those years.
How did you
sing.
start singing? How did you first get started singing?
I took voice lessons when I was a sophomore in high school. And I studied classical voice, and I didn't really know what I was doing. But then I got to college, and my second year there, I sang all the solos in the Messiah, these soprano solos.
Wow.
It was fun. My dad came, and he said, "It was good, babe. I liked it." But it was certainly a stretch. It took all fall to learn all of those songs.
Wow.
So I've had a lot of experience, and it's good that I like opera to opry, because I live in Nashville, and that's kind of my slogan here.
Can you still sing very high?
Yes. That's amazing, is at my age that I can still sing the way I sang when I was 16 years old.
Really? That's amazing. Yeah. Well,
yeah, I never changed.
I won't pressure you, but can you sing a little bit?
Summertime, and the living is easy. Fish are swimming, and the cotton is high. When people ask me to sing opera, I sing that, and they look at me like, well, gee, I've been an opera singer all my life. Everybody loves that song.
I love that song.
Yes, they do, though. They don't realize what it's from.
It's from an opera?
Pork and Best ones, yes.
I did not know.
Well, it started out, it was one of the first things that hit Broadway, where people would just stop and start singing, And I opera is kind of like that. But it was interesting that they don't know that Porgy and Bess, that was about the South, you know.
Yes.
Well, I'm from the South. Is there any way you can tell?
Your accent.
Yes. I went to girls' school in Mississippi, so I learned how to talk there, you know. But I was from Arkansas, and we talked kind of flat compared to them. It wasn't as nice to hear us talk.
Aw.
I sort of developed a way of talking.
Well, your voice is lovely, talking and singing. And
Thank
I
you.
know you have 2 grandsons and 4 grand dogs that you want to give a shout out to.
My granddogs really like me, and my grandsons do too. I remember putting them in the back seat of the car and telling them that my radio wouldn't play anything but that classical kind of music. And the little boy said one day, one of them said, his mother got out of the car to go in the store, and I was keeping him, and he said, Nana, will you turn off that scary music?
Scary.
Scary. It was a symphony playing, and I thought, now here I have spent all of my life, you know, doing this, raising money for symphonies, raising money for opera, and all the things that I did. And he said that was scary music to him.
Well, hopefully he's changed a little bit as he grows up, but hopefully he can appreciate the music. It's been so lovely meeting you and hearing about your passion for music. I hope you will enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. And just to tell everyone a little bit about where MK lives, Brookdale Green Hills, Cumberland offers luxury assisted living and Alzheimer's and dementia memory care support. So it is a top-notch place with a top-notch nursing team, and they're really close to Nashville, about 10 miles away. So that makes sense why she loves all the music, and they're close to music. So they often have local talent come into the community as well. So hopefully this is giving her a little bit of taste of that, although we don't really have Nashville music on today, but it's something. And we also have a chef who lives there and makes fresh meals and has an in-house bistro. So it's a really lovely place to live, and we're so lucky to have MK. And that singing was unplanned, so I'm glad I got to hear her voice. And now I'm excited to introduce an actress and a singer, Staci Bono.
Hi.
Hi, we're so excited. First, you're going to sing The Sound of Music, so go ahead.
I am. Yeah, hold on. Let me just hook up here. All right. My hills are alive with the sound of music, with songs they have sung for 1,000 years. The hills fill my heart with the sound of music. My heart wants to sing every song it hears. My heart wants to beat like the wings of the birds that rise from the lake to the trees. My heart wants to sigh like a chime that flies from the church on a breeze, to laugh like a brook as it trips and falls over stones on its way, to sing through the night like a lark who is learning to pray. I go to the hills when my heart is lonely. I know I will hear what I've heard before. My heart will be blessed with the sound of music, and I'll sing once more.
Oh, that was beautiful. You have an amazing voice.
Oh, thank you.
Where?
I just saw my little pup run over.
Oh, what's its name?
Her name is Sunny Bono.
Oh, cute. Where are you joining us from today?
So I am in the Catskill Mountains in Woodstock, which is why I've been walking my dog outside and every day just wanting to sing the Sound of Music because I'm in the hills all the time.
I love that. And you've played so many different roles. What is your dream role?
Oh gosh. Right now, I'd love to play Francesca in Bridges of Madison County. Yeah, that's kind of the one I'm looking forward to doing next.
That's cool. And I know you were sharing with us before we started today that your mom is a musician. If you want to give her a shout out.
Yes. Hi, Mommy Bono. She's in Florida, and my mom is a musician, pianist, voice teacher, and she taught me everything that I know.
Well, we're so grateful for her because you really do have such a lovely voice. And you have one more for us today, which is a fun one. It's from The Little Shop of Horrors, Somewhere That's Green.
Somewhere That's Green, yeah.
I know Seymour's the greatest, but I'm dating a semi-sadist. So I got a black eye in my arms and a kiss. Still, that Seymour's a cutie. Well, if not, he's got inner beauty. And I dream of a place where we could be together at last. It's just a daydream of mine. A little development I dream of just off the interstate. Nothing fancy like Levittown. Just a little street in a little suburb, far, far from urban Skid Row. The sweetest, greenest place where everybody has the same little lawn out front and the same little flagstone patio out back. I dream about it all the time. Just me and the toaster and a sweet little guy like Seymour. A matchbox of our own, a fence of real chain link, a grill out on the patio, disposal in the sink, a washer and a dryer, and an ironing machine. In the tract house that we share, somewhere that's green. He rakes and trims the grass. He loves to mow and weed. I cook like Betty Crocker, and I look like Donna Reed. There's plastic on the furniture to keep it neat and clean. In the pine sol scented air, somewhere that's green. Between our frozen dinner and our bedtime, 9:15, we're snuggle watching Lucy on a big, enormous 12-inch screen. December bride. He's father. He knows best. The kids watch Howdy Doody as the sun sets in the west. A picture out of Better Homes and Gardens magazine. Far from Skid Row, I dream we'll go
somewhere that's green.
That was wonderful. Thank you so much, Stacy, for entertaining us today.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much.
All right. Enjoy.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
And now I'm so excited to introduce, I'm a huge fan of him. He's a social media star, a TikTok sensation, also known as the internet's favorite grandpa, Old Man Steve.
Hi. Hi.
Hi, where are you calling in from?
Fort Worth, Texas. Well, Richland Hills, which is right outside of Fort Worth, Texas.
Amazing. Well, first of all, our audience might not understand what TikTok is. So can you explain what that is?
Well, it's an app on your phone that you can do videos on. You like 30 seconds or 60 seconds is the only time you have, and most of the people on there, they do physical stuff like dancing and acrobats and that sort of thing. And because of my age, I'm 81, I can't do that. And so when I started out on TikTok, I started just talking to the camera, and that was it. And I didn't get very many views. And then I started doing a show called Cooking with Steve. I live in an apartment, and I have a very small kitchen, and I don't really cook. I make a sandwich or I make a bowl of soup, and I was calling that Cooking with Steve. And people seemed to like that, and it caught on. And then I started getting viewers for my cooking show, which really wasn't a cooking show. And so, you know, I ran with it. It was fun to do, and I got requests, and most of the people I would say on TikTok are young people. Now, there's very few older people like myself. And so they started calling me grandpa, or they wanted me to be their grandpa, or I reminded them of their grandpa. So as a result, I've now got over 1 million followers and like 14 million views. And it's just astounding to me that people would even watch me in the first place.
What inspired you? How did you even find out about TikTok?
Well, I've always been very interested and active on social media like Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. And there used to be another app called Vine, which was very similar to TikTok. And I was on that, and it kind of went belly up at some point. And then TikTok came along, and my nephew told me about it, and he said, you need to check it out, Uncle Steve. And I said, okay. And I did, and it was very similar to what Vine was, which I really enjoyed. And that's how I got started on it.
Wow. Well, you have become such a sensation. That's crazy. Did you ever think you would get so popular?
Well, no, I didn't. I've been interviewed on so many. I was on CNN and Newsweek magazine, and I mean all kinds of things. I was even on Australian TV.
What?
And it's just, my sister, who's my big supporter, and she lives close to me in Fort Worth. I would call her up and says, well, you're not going to believe who contacted me today. And it got to the point where she said every time the phone rang, it was just getting to be too much because so many people were wanting to interview me and do videos and all that kind of stuff. So my 15 minutes of fame lasted about probably 16 minutes, but I enjoyed it. I mean, I went for the ride, and it was fun, and it still is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still happening, but it was pretty intense there for a couple of weeks. I was even on Rachel Ray's show because of my cooking show.
What?
And she wanted me to make something, so I put some cream cheese on a cracker and some peach preserves, and I said, okay, here's a tray of hors d'oeuvres. I called them hors d'oeuvres, and she loved that. She referred to my hors d'oeuvres as being sensation. And
I love that.
I enjoy my peach preserves have become because I love peach preserves, and my fans. I even got a box in the mail yesterday with of 6 jars of peach preserves
Wow.
and some cookies from one of my fans, and I don't even know who it's from.
What? That's amazing.
Well, it is because I don't give out my address.
Oh God, it's a little creepy. But you come from a family of performers. Your father had a string quartet and played in the Dallas Symphony Orchestra, and your grandfather traveled in vaudeville. So do you think they had an influence on how you're performing now?
Oh, probably. My grandfather, I was a big, I just adored my grandfather when I was a kid, and he was, my mother said I used to follow him around like a puppy dog, and that she said he was kind of corny, and that I acted just like him. And so I think my granddad probably had an influence on me without me even realizing it.
Yeah. Wow. And you moved to New York when you were a young man, and you worked the box office for a bunch of different shows and touring companies. Do you have any fun stories from that time?
Oh yeah, I was young and impressionable, and when I first got to New York, well, I worked for a temp organization, and they sent you out on jobs, which was mostly actors and people that were in show business. And I got a job working at a party decorating company, and the first week I was there, they sent us to Washington, D.C. to decorate a ballroom for this big charity event, and there was about 5 or 6 of us, and they paid all the expenses. And so we went, and Gypsy Rose Lee was the mistress of ceremonies. And young people, when I tell them this story, a lot of them don't know who Gypsy Rose Lee is, but older people like myself do, and I'm sure you do.
Were you starstruck?
But anyway, we got there and we were decorating. I was up on this scaffolding, and we were just. She came in the room to do a sound check, and she had no makeup on and her hair in curlers, and she had this little, what I call a little yappy dog. And so I was standing there handing somebody something, and she said, "Here, hold my dog." And she handed me her dog, and the dog cuddled into me and started licking me and all that kind of stuff. And so she did her sound check, and she came back and she says, "Who are you?" And I told her, and she said, "Well, my dog don't like most people." She said, "But my dog likes you." And so she kissed me on the cheek.
Aw.
Right there. She kissed me right there.
You'll never
Right there, she kissed me. I didn't wash it for a week.
Oh my gosh.
So not everybody can say they were kissed by Gypsy Rose Lee.
No, not a lot of people could. You are making such a positive impact on people. I see the comments on your post that you just really brighten people's day. But even bigger than that, you were reached out to recently by the WHO for something amazing. Can you share a bit more about that?
Well, yeah, they contacted me because they considered me an influencer, and I didn't even realize I was an influencer. But at the beginning of the coronavirus thing, they got in touch with me, but that thing exploded, and I think they got really busy doing something with that, so they didn't get back to me. So I kind of forgot about it until the other day. They contacted me and apologized, and I even got a call from a gal in Switzerland from their headquarters, and they're doing a thing in May about young people, teenagers in particular, about smoking and not starting to smoke or to quit smoking. And they want me to do some TikToks or some other things as part of a program that they're planning. And so I'm very honored about that. And I haven't got all the details yet and exactly what I'm going to do, but they've included me, so I'm excited about that.
Look at you have such a wide reach. That's crazy. And before you go, you want to play a rapid fire question just so we can learn more about you. So I'm going to ask you questions really fast.
Okay.
You can say the first thing that comes to mind. If you don't want to answer, you can say pass. We don't want to invade on your privacy. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
If you could only wear one bucket hat for the rest of your life, what color would it be?
Blue.
Okay. If the queen were coming for dinner, what would you cook for her?
Frito pie. I love frito pie.
Your favorite hashtag?
Gosh, I don't know. Wash your hands.
Oh, that's a good one. Favorite influencer other than yourself? You can pass.
I pass. I don't. I'd have to.
What is your favorite part of being quarantined?
Well, I don't really have a favorite part.
You can pass.
I mean, I'm pretty because of my age. I pretty much stay at home anyway.
That's funny.
But it's like when you told you can't go somewhere, you want to go places.
Yes.
So that's very difficult.
Do you have a celebrity crush?
Oh yeah. I like Sutton Foster.
Ooh,
And Betty Buckley.
nice. Your favorite food other than Frito pie?
Oh, chicken fried steak.
If you could be on any TV show, what would it be?
Ellen.
Ooh.
I've been on and contacted by almost everyone but Ellen. I can't. Ellen, why haven't you called me? I'm popular now.
Oh, we're gonna tweet.
I've been talking about wanting to be on her show for like 10 years on my YouTube channel, but hadn't happened.
Maybe she'll hear today. And the last question, first restaurant you'll go to when quarantine ends?
Oh, well, a Mexican restaurant. I'd probably, any Mexican restaurant. I love Mexican food.
Yeah, and it's really good in Texas, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that was everything. Thank you so much, Steve. It was wonderful to meet you, and this has been so much fun.
It has, and I'm lucky to be with all these great gals that are on today and all these good singers.
Yes,
Thank
I hope
you.
you'll keep watching. Thank you so much.
Okay,
Stay safe. Bye.
bye.
Wow, that was so much fun. I'm such a big fan of him. I love TikTok, and I've seen him on there lots, so that was really fun for me. And next up, I'm really excited to introduce our next guest. She's a regular on the New York stage, and she's from Sing for Your Seniors as well. She's a performer, Patricia Noonan.
Hi.
Hi, we're so happy to have you. Where are you calling in from?
I'm calling in from right outside Philadelphia.
Nice. Well, I'm so excited to hear your first song, which I hear was your grandmother's favorite. Is that right?
Yeah. She was kind of my window into golden age musical theater. When I was a little girl, she'd sing this around the house, and that was kind of how I started learning the show.
I love that. Well, take it away.
Sure. So, if you know this song, wherever you are, I hope you'll sing with me. I have often walked down the street before, but the pavement always stayed beneath my feet before. All at once am I, several stories high, knowing I'm on the street where you live. Are there lilac trees in the heart of town? Can you hear a lark in any other part of town? Does enchantment pour out of every door? No, it's just on the street where you live. And the towering feeling just to know somehow you are near. The overpowering feeling that any second you may suddenly appear. People stop and stare, they don't bother me, for there's nowhere else on earth that I would rather be. Let the time go by, I won't care if I can be here on the street
amazing. Thank you so much for joining and performing today.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
I've got some questions for you. You've worked with composers and writers to bring original stories to the stage and screen for the first time. What is your favorite part of this process of bringing a new story to life?
Oh my goodness. There's so much I love about working on new work as a writer or an actor, but I think my favorite thing is the collaborative aspect, that magic that happens because 2 heads are better than 1, or 20 heads or 30 heads are better than 1. And the discoveries that are made in the room with the writers and the actors and director, choreographer. Someone asks a question, someone makes a choice, and all of that becomes part of the story's DNA in a way that wouldn't have happened if those specific people weren't there. And I think that collaboration is really special.
Wow, that's so cool. And you just played Elizabeth Bennet in the world premiere of the new musical adaptation of Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice, which I'm sure everyone knows that story. But if you could play any other literary character from a musical or for a musical adaptation, what would it be?
Sure. I mean, first I want to say I loved playing Elizabeth Bennet. It's a beautiful show by Amanda Jacobs and Lindsay Warren Baker that is now known as Austen's Pride. Check it out. And if I could play any other literary character, I mean, ever since I was a little girl, it was Jo March. The first play I wrote when I was 9 was a 60s adaptation of Little Women called Four Groovy Chicks. She has been in my blood from the beginning.
Yeah.
And I think now I would also really love to play some of the women behind the stories, to play a writer like Charlotte Bronte or Louisa May Alcott or something.
That would be so cool to see.
Yeah.
And would you tell us a little bit about Sweetwater, which is a new show you're working on?
Yeah. So Sweetwater is a new musical about the Women Air Force Service pilots, the WASP, who were the first women to fly military planes for the U.S. during World War II. And they're just incredible women. And we've gotten to go down and perform some of the songs in Sweetwater, Texas, where the museum still is, where they trained before they served their country for the duration of the war. They were deactivated in 1944. And they're just, they're really, really inspiring women. And it's been a joy to learn more about them and their story and bring it to the stage.
I love that. Well, I can't wait to hear more about it. And is there anyone in your life you want to give a shout out to or tell a story about?
Sure. I'd love to give a shout out to my grandmother, as you brought her up. She is no longer with us, but I was really lucky to have her in my life for a really long time. And she was my gateway into Golden Age musical theater. I remember being like 3 or 4 and going to her house, and she had seen the original companies of South Pacific and My Fair Lady, and she had the albums, the big vinyl, and she would give me her old nightgown and put on an album, and I would just act out Camelot or My Fair Lady for hours in the living room with her. So that was really how I got my gateway drug, I guess, to musical theater.
I love that. And you have one more for us today, and it's actually such a good message for the times that we're in. This is from Into the Woods, No One Is Alone.
Mother cannot guide you, now you're on your own. Only me beside you, still you're not alone. No one is alone, believe me, no one is alone. Sometimes people leave you halfway through the wood. Others may deceive you, you decide what's good. You decide alone, but no one is alone. People make mistakes, fathers, mothers, people make mistakes, holding to their own, thinking they're alone. Honor their mistakes, everybody makes one another's terrible mistakes. Witches can be right, giants can be good. You decide what's right, you decide what's good. Just remember, someone is on your side, someone else is not. while we're seeing our side. Maybe we forgot they are not alone. No one is alone. Hard to see the light now. Just don't let it go. Things will come out right now. We can make it so. Someone is on your side. No one is alone.
Wow, you have a fan. But
Oh.
thank you so much for coming on. You have such a beautiful voice, and we're
Well,
so
thank
lucky
you
to
so much
have
for
you.
having me and for doing this. It's wonderful to get to sing with you all.
Well, thank you so much. Take care.
You too.
And now we're going to welcome Megan Heinen from Home Care Assistants to share some tips on nutrition and balanced care. Hi, Megan.
Hi, Emma. Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you for joining us today. You're going to tell us about Home Care Assistants' balanced care method, which I think has 5 tenets. Can you tell me more about that?
Sure, absolutely. I feel like after following these acts, I should talk about it, but I'm going to spare you. But Home Care Assistants is a leading in-home care company, and we're really focused on total wellness for our clients. So that means emphasizing, not just health and safety, but just an overall happy and fulfilled life. So the balanced care method is something we developed. It's really the cornerstone of how we provide care for our clients. And it has 5 tenets, like you mentioned. Those 5 components of the balanced care method training that we do with our caregivers include cognitive stimulation, nutrition, physical activity, a sense of calm and purpose, stress relief, and social engagement. So we really applaud what you're doing here because it's really getting after what we stand for as a company.
That's great. And I actually believe we have a video today from the nutrition tenet, and it's a recipe for Baja shrimp tacos. But can you explain a little bit about what we're going to see?
Sure. So this is a clip of one of our, an easy meal preparation clips that we put out. And one thing we really emphasize with our meal preparation training and nutrition that we push is that our food has to be enjoyable and delicious, also nutritious. So all the recipes we put out are healthy, especially for older adults, but they're also really yummy. So this particular dish, it's tequila spiked, it's very flavorful. Obviously the alcohol cooks on there, but I'm happy to share it with you all.
Yeah, let's take a look. Oh, wow, that looked really delicious. I will try that recipe later. And it didn't look that hard either.
Exactly. All of our recipes are quick and easy to make. Few ingredients, but healthy and delicious ingredients.
Amazing. Where can we find more of these videos?
We have them on our YouTube channel. So you can go to YouTube and search Home Care Assistants. I can send you the link to post online too. And we have all of them up there and we post them regularly.
Great. And I know you guys have tons more nutrition videos, so let's see a preview of some other ones. Oh, that looks really good. I'm starving now.
Some chocolate in there, that's healthy too.
Well, thank you so much for sharing more about that today and for these great recipe ideas. I'm definitely going to take a look, but for everyone watching, you should too. And if you want to comment in the YouTube, I believe there will be a link on how to find them. So thank you so much.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me.
See you soon. Bye. And now I'm so excited to welcome back from one of our very first Curtain Up videos. She was a performance that everyone loved, and so she's back for an encore from the Broadway company of Come From Away, Emily Walton.
Hi, Emma.
Hi, it's great to see you again. Where are you calling in from today?
I'm calling in from my apartment in Astoria, Queens.
Nice.
Just a different room than last time.
Got it. Yeah, it looks like a different setup.
Living room, yeah.
And tell us a little bit about what you're going to play for us.
So I'm going to play 2 original songs actually from my album Little Longings that I released just about 2 years ago. Yeah, I just figured why not try something new.
Yeah, well, we're so excited to hear your original song. So you can start with the first one, and it's actually the title, I believe, Little Longings.
That's right. Okay. There's a certain kind of song that makes me feel 14 again. It makes me feel like falling in love with the boy next door during a summer vacation where we both work at a fictitious ice cream store. His name would be something like Billy. His favorite pastime would be holding my hand. We'd ride our bikes to the beach and draw hearts in the sand during the summer vacation, where falling in love was never part of the plan. Where falling in love was never part of the plan. Billy and me, we'd make a perfect pair. His parents would tell me how blessed they feel. We'd drive their car to the beach with Billy behind the wheel during a summer vacation where we had a million little longings to reveal. Where we had a million little longings to reveal. But the summer's ending soon. Oh, oh, how many more nights can we spend staring at the moon? Oh, oh, do I really have to go back to school now that I found a love like you? Now that I found a love. There's a certain kind of boy who makes me remember my Billy. He was just an idea, so I shouldn't really mind. But during a summer vacation, I hear a song and I'm brought back to that time. I hear a song and Billy's still mine.
That was lovely. I love that song.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for performing that. And like we were saying, that is the title song from your album, Little Longings. Where can we find that?
You can find it on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, wherever you listen to music. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll be looking that up a little bit later, but thank you so much for joining us today. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I'm gonna give a shout out to my parents and my brother because I know that they're watching. Okay. And my Aunt Debbie, I said I wanted to give a shout out to her, but I'm not sure she's able to watch, but she's in Michigan and I just wanted to send her some love today.
We'll share this clip later. She'll definitely see it.
You will.
And now we actually are going to play a little game with you. It's based off of Heads Up. The theme is animals today. So here's how it's going to work. Chloe is going to put a banner up on the screen with an animal. Okay. I'm going to blindfold myself so that I can't see it. So hopefully I'll be in the camera. And you'll you'll describe the animal without saying it. And I'll try to guess. And we'll see how many we can get in 90 seconds. So Chloe's going to keep time. Is she ready? Let's see.
Yes, I'm ready. I've got my timer ready to go. Emma, if you really feel like you can't get one, feel free to pass and I'll just put up the next banner, okay?
Okay, I'm nervous.
Okay. All right, I'm
nervous too.
Your blindfolds ready?
Yes. This is the only thing I could find.
Perfect. Okay, any questions?
I don't think so.
I think we're
all
good.
right, I'm putting 90 seconds on the clock. Here we go.
Okay, sounds like an orange food that we eat, like a junk food. It's
Cheeto?
Yeah.
A cheetah.
Oh yeah. Okay, dogs descended from this.
Wolf.
Yep.
Wolf. Okay.
The blank king.
Lion.
Yes. Why can't I think? You eat. It's a red crustacean with claws.
A lobster. A crab.
Lobster. This is a little bug that sucks our blood.
Oh, a mosquito.
Yeah. This is something that you ride in a stable.
A horse?
Yep.
Okay.
This is like a frog and
toad.
Yes. Okay, this is a really cute bear eats bamboo, black and white.
Panda.
Yes. Beautiful mammal living in the ocean, shiny body.
30 seconds.
A whale?
No, but close, sweeter.
Dolphin, shark?
This animal says ba. Nope, that's
sheep.
wrong.
Lena?
Nope. I gave you the wrong clue.
Goat?
Yeah, they bleat, don't they? Goats bleat. This one has a really long neck.
Okay, 10
Giraffe.
seconds.
Okay. This one's a little spiky, like a porcupine. Sonic the
Hedgehog.
Yes. Rudolph the Red-Nosed.
Reindeer.
And that's time.
Wow.
Great work, guys. That was awesome. You got so many.
I am proud.
You too. Good job.
Good teamwork. You were good at the keto one. That was funny. Okay, well, that was so much fun. Let me get my eyesight back. This always messes up my contacts.
Oh, no.
All right. Well, thank you so much. It's been a joy to have you on the show today and to play that game. And you actually have another original called The Island.
That's right. Thank you for having me, Emma.
Of course.
Okay. Sit down, I want to tell you a story. It's about how my heart became whole. When I found love, I found glory. I found a counterpart to my soul. We dove into the sea, and we found ourselves here, and now we are on the island. Good luck finding us. It's not on a map, and if we come back, you won't recognize us, 'cause we just blend together, braving the weather. On the island, the island, the island. So what do you two do to keep occupied while you're on the other side? Well, I'll tell you, we're face to face with stars, we're face to face with our own love. It's like a mirror, and it gets clearer with every day that passes by. We are on the island. Good luck finding us. It's not on a map, and if we come back, you won't recognize us, 'cause we just blend together, brave in the weather. On the island, the island, the island. What's lurking underneath the water? Have we forgotten to check the waves? Can we confront the unknown, if we go it alone in our new home? Is this our home? Am I your home? You are my home. We are on the island. Good luck finding us. It's not on a map, and if we come back, you won't recognize us, 'cause we just blend together, brave in the weather. On the island, the island, the island.
Oh, that was lovely. You have fans too. Thank you so much for coming on again today for an encore performance. It was great to hear these original tunes, and we always love having you.
Thanks for having me, Emma. It's good to see you.
All right, stay safe.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
And everyone, that's our show for today. So from all of us at Seniorly, thank you for tuning in. And please keep helping us spread that word. Follow Seniorly on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and don't forget the hashtag #CurtainUp. Or you can always share links of your favorite episodes or clips with your friends and family, or you can just rewatch your favorite ones anytime on our YouTube channel, now with closed captioning. A special thanks to all of our guests today with this jam-packed episode: Marja Harmon, Staci Bono, Old Man Steve, Patricia Noonan, and Emily Walton, and to Megan Heinen at Home Care Assistance for sharing that balanced care method with us and all those exciting recipes. That was so much fun. And a special thank you to Mary Katherine Bowen from Brookdale Green Hills, Cumberland. And as always, a big thanks to Chloe Ivinson in the broadcast booth for everything today. Please don't forget about Saturday. Join us on May 2nd for the Sunshine Songs concert hosted by Laura Benanti. And as always with Curtain Up, we're doing this for senior living communities across the country and for our audience at home. We're here for you during this crisis, but we'll also be here for you when it's over. And we love what you bring to our world. So we'll be back on Friday with a jam-packed, super-sized episode to entertain you. Goodbye.